You know, I think Boris is absolutely right. This is a president that when he's in these unscripted situations tends to trample his own message. And this is also a president for whom everything is about winning. He has been campaigning for re-election literally weeks into his first term. We're not even through the first year of his first term. And he's focused on getting re-elected in 2020. It'll be really interesting to see if this is a rally that helps or hurts him. In so many of these moments, we've seen the president, as he did last night, I think had a strong speech, even if he admits, though, he changed his position a little bit on Afghanistan. But will what he does tonight completely overshadow that, specifically speaking in a place that really was one of the states that launched his campaign? It's some place where he has gotten into a back and forth with both of the state's sitting Republican senators. There is a lot of risk here for Donald Trump, and unless he restrains himself, I don't know if I see a lot of reward.
Paul, credit where credit's due. The problem at the border, it has gotten better. It has improved under President Trump. This is an opportunity for him to highlight that. It's something that not only his supporters, but I mean, I think generally the public can get behind.
Right. Continuing
undocumented immigration, illegal immigration is bad.
Continuing, I must say, a trend that began under President Obama, where undocumented immigration started.
Sure, but it's happened under Democratic presidents, but it's uncomfortable for them to highlight it because they fear it will alienate their base.
Well, that may be. I just highlighted it because it's a fact. I mean, the numbers are numbers, and undocumented crossings went way down under President Obama, who, by the way, he put more armed people on the U.S.-Mexican border than any president since Woodrow Wilson sent Blackjack Pershing to chase Pancho Villa.
I love how you just focus on Texas.
Well, it's my home. It's really all that matters.
You think of Texas as synonymous with U.S.
I do. But now the president, he's speaking tonight after one of the most senior members of his party in the Senate, Bob Corker, questioned his stability and competence. Okay? I'm betting on instability, unhinged incompetence tonight. Maybe he'll stay to the sort of hostage tape performance that he gave yesterday on Afghanistan. I doubt it. I think this is going to be Trump unhinged, unstable. I can't wait. But Bob Corker, I think, is going to be proved right tonight.
What do you think?
Well, with every one of these events, Juana was right. The element of surprise is always there. And I think the toughest part when it comes to
FYI, there's President Trump getting off Air Force One.
The toughest part when it comes to predicting how the performance is going to go is that the president tends to, draw and rally or sort of draw off the enthusiasm of the crowd. And I don't think crowds like this are really driven by, substantive policy discussion, whether it's about Afghanistan or tax reform right now.
What are they driven by, do you think?
I think right now they're driven by the clash of political civilizations, us versus them, and at least in these particular rallies. And when some of that element starts to, make its voice heard in these rallies, does the president feed off of it? And that's where these rallies tend to become less of a message platform about where he wants to go on the agenda, and they become more of these sort of freewheeling spectacles that we've seen in the past.
He really does love speaking before these crowds. During the campaign, it was very difficult for his campaign and for Republicans to get him to go to donor events, to meet with people funding the campaign. He hated that. He loved going in front of crowds, and in fact, sometimes they had to schedule events where he could speak in front of a crowd just to get him to go to a state where he would be meeting with rich people.
This seems to really energize him. When I've seen candidate Trump and now President Trump in front of crowds like the one he's likely to see in Phoenix tonight, he seems to relish the attention, to relish the spotlight. He feeds off of the energy of these crowds, and he seems at times excited and gleeful. And I think there's a really difference in that Trump and in the Trump we see when the teleprompters are out, when he's asked to make these bigger, more scripted statements. And I think that's why there's such a risk of the reward. He just gets carried away by the excitement and the energy of the moment.
But that's what Paul's looking forward to.
I can't wait. His supporters see him as a master showman, which he is. His opponents, like me, see him as a total narcissist, which he is. He's both. So we'll see them. I think we'll see them on tonight. I don't want any teleprompters in the building. Who will not be there is Doug Ducey, the former CEO, Republican governor of Arizona. Should be a natural ally for the president. He's not showing up. And as you pointed out, Juana, the president's at war with the two very popular Republican senators in that state.
And Kelly Ward, who is challenging Jeff Flake for the seat, she will be in attendance this evening. We'll see if he actually endorses her. Thanks, one and all. Great panel. Really appreciate it. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Jake Tapper. You can tweet the show at The Lead CNN. We actually read your tweets. That's it for The Lead. I'm Jake Tapper, turning over to Wolf Blitzer in this situation.